Today is
18th.
Thursday, December 18th. We are House Calls Insurance Podcast. Let me turn on my phone call. People are calling in. People are wanting to get assistance because that's what we do on a daily, giving out help and navigating the field. Let me see. I'm Ryan Dunstan with East Main Street Insurance. We've got Chris Kamara with Cobalt Insurance Agency. I may be a little aggressive in talking today because Chris is under the weather.
I'm trying not to cough right now.
Try not to cough right now. So we have been gone for a few weeks. There's been some developments. There's been some points of interest, I guess you could say, on the Magical Insurance ride. And we wanted to bring those to you and answer anything. And as always, if you're watching us, you've got a question, you've got a comment, you've got a concern, please pop it into the chat and we'll definitely see about answering it live here today, or we will answer it on our next podcast. Chris, I know you always like to look and see and make sure everything's all going live and streaming and all that.
I'm checking now.
I don't show anyone's live, but we can kind of go in and hop into what's been going on in the insurance marketplace for homeowners and all things property almost. Let me see. Oh, did we not? Yeah, we did. We did do that. Share. We are back. Today's agenda. The expensive, in quotes, the expensive misunderstanding. Actual cash value and replacement costs. I think I wanted to bring that up just because I've had a lot of clients bringing up actual cash value. I actually was able to switch someone from Fair Plan to my new carrier, and they were talking about just wanting to go with me because I was able to offer them replacement cost versus actual cash value. There were some other things that came up in the chat that we're in about granting some, what was it? Like an underwriting exception.
That was news to me.
Yeah.
That's really impressive that you can do something like that. It pertained directly to the roof type. So comp shingle, we know, has a usable life, maybe 20 years. Some people get pushed to 25, depending on the situation.
Yeah.
But like my home was built in 2000. It's 25-year-old tile roof, and it's going to last forever. So it was interesting to hear that we can reach out to a certain carrier, the Fair Plan, and see if we can get an exception to the ACV versus RCV thing.
Yeah. And I think it is because I talked with one of the liaisons and he was talking about how Fair Plan is trying to change that in their underwriting model and account for higher graded roof styles, tile, metal. Trying to think what else there is. The standing seam.
Slate.
Which one?
Slate.
Yeah, slate. So yeah, I think that they're trying to account for that, but the time being, because they're so old and outdated, that there's a lot more approval they have to go through to make those changes. So, yeah, we'll always try and see what we can do to try and help you get replacement costs on your home. Obviously, that's the most ideal positioning that you need to be at in order to be paid out at the time of a claim. What was the other thing? That kind of segues us into that new law that was slated for January 1st, the SB 525. So right now, there's not a lot of options for manufactured mobiles, modular homes as far as carriers that are writing them. Most of the carriers that are writing them at the moment are only offering actual cash value. So there's no way to get replacement cost. So this new law is basically flipping that. So they have to offer replacement cost. Um,
I think, I'm sorry, I think I'm a little behind. Let me go back to the slides.
oh,
I apologize. I've not been keeping up.
that's all right.
So you already went over the roofs,
We went over the stuff. Yeah,
and then there's that one. Sorry.
that's all right. You're sick. I get it. You're doing great. Do you have chicken noodle soup ready to go? Like, are you getting taken care of?
So I'm about to take some cough medicine, take a nap.
Okay.
I think. I was getting better, and then this afternoon I just took it downhill. So I'm just gonna take it easy and try to rest.
I heard it's not. It's like a pretty intense sickness too. So. So yeah, I was chatting about how the fix is what you just, brought up in the slide is that all these carriers, especially Fair Plan, are going to be required to offer replacement cost to mobile and manufactured homes. So huge from a lending perspective, from a replacement perspective, total loss situation. It's kind of, I mean, I'm just ecstatic, but it's not just Fair Plan. It's going to be carrier wide. I mean, the American Moderns, the Foremosts, geez, who else? Aegis's. I mean, all those companies are all going to have to kind of abide by that.
Not according to this, though, right? They're going to be pressured because
they're just going to be pressured. Yeah, I mean, it's like you need, like these other carriers are doing it. You need to also offer it. It's probably going to take them a lot of time to change their policy forms, but I mean, it's the step in the right direction of getting it implemented. Geez, what's next? What else has happened? Farmers?
That was pretty big in the news.
Yeah, that was 2 weeks ago. I want to say it was the Thanksgiving, like right around Thanksgiving time. And I didn't pull up that headline I didn't remember. It was on like Insurance News, or maybe Farmers made this bold statement, but they were like vowing to write a new 300,000 customers in all of the WUI areas, or the wildland urban interface areas, starting immediately. They were like, we're going to start doing this right now. Next year, we're planning to, I think, make more effort to get out to those areas and start taking on newer homeowners insurance.
So this is directly from the newsroom from Farmers Insurance. So on November 21st, I think.
So no more cap. No more cap. That's the first thing. So right now, Farmers agents were capped at only writing a certain amount of policies per month, 9,500 policies. So no more for that. So that's kind of huge.
And then this is what you were speaking to here.
And then, yeah, in 300,000 new people in distressed areas. I've heard that it's not like all the way up, protection line 10, or, I think they still use Fireline scores. But they're trying to the main thing is they're trying to write more. It's a step of
carriers are coming back into the market, which is a good thing for all of us.
Yeah. I actually go back to that thing and said what rate increase they were taking. It was like a 6.99. So 7% basically to avoid everything. So when they're coming back, the rates are going to be higher. Which we know, all these carriers that are trying to come back, they're approving or applying for rate increases. They're not going to come back in at the $1,000 policy like they used to be. So
yeah, those days are gone. It's never going to happen.
Yeah, you need to start preparing for higher increase for all insurances. I mean, auto insurances, and we can go on and on about all the increases, but we definitely want to kind of focus on homeowners and bringing you house calls. Geez, what else? Did you have anything else on that? I know you don't want to talk too much.
Not on that one, no. I think that was pretty much it. Is the market, there are carriers coming back, not in any great way or shape or form, but it's starting.
Yeah.
And then this is hot off the press today. Let me close this.
Yeah, I was like, it'd be so cool to get like Ryan on here.
He's a fun guy. I like him.
And just be like,
something about having the name Ryan means you're a pretty solid guy, I guess.
I guess so, yeah. Chris, we already have something in the works to get your name changed. Don't worry.
Ryan put out this newsletter yesterday. Well, yesterday is the date, but the email was today.
Yeah.
His blog is outstanding if you haven't seen it or heard it. But he goes over, and I just want to quickly highlight this.
So Ryan is to our viewers, Ryan is a home lender, and he's been following.
No, he's an inspector.
But he follows like real estate trends and rates and any data that's regarding into buying a home. He, puts it up into his blog, a really great tool and source of information. But yeah, I like that chart that he put out because this is all now, public data of Fair Plan, where they're spread over.
20% increase in Fair Plan policies in 12 counties year over year. 14,600 or so new policies written for the Fair Plan in the last year.
Crazy.
And then
that's what I was talking about. We talk about home insurance is like you got your auto insurance, life insurance, health insurance, disability insurance, everything is just stacking up.
And then this is another pretty eye-opener right here. 6 years ago, there were about 155,000 Fair Plan policies. Now we're at 625,000.
Wow.
And then Sacramento County blows my mind. 367 to 2,000. Placer, where I'm at, is from 9,000 to 18, almost 19,000, so double. And then El Dorado from 14 to 28, so double. And then where Ryan's at, right? You're in Nevada County.
Yep.
Yeah, 11,000 to 23,000, so more than double. Sutter, Yuba, San Joaquin, Yolo. I wouldn't expect to see so many, but the increases in places that we would not consider higher fire area that would require the Fair Plan, these are like 10 times, right? In Solano County. Amador. But yeah, his insurance blog, or his blog was fully geared to insurance this week.
And I didn't really see like if that was new business. I'm pretty sure it's stacked, because I've got people on year 7 that have been with Fair Plan.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's stacked. It's not new. There's no.
Yeah. It just shows a great graph about how they've grown because other carriers aren't offering terms, they're non-renewing. So the alternative is Fair Plan. And
Fair Plan has not been the cheapest almost ever, right? So more people are paying more money for the Fair Plan. Yep. This is only counting Fair Plan, so it doesn't count the corresponding DIC policies either. All right, let me jump back out here. And
DIC policies have been, I would say, pretty stagnant with rates. I haven't really seen too many rate increases now that I think about it going up. There have been a few carriers. I don't think we like to name carriers, but there have been a few that because they're exiting the market, their rates have increased. So yeah, if you do see a large jump in your rate, I would say that would be a good time to shop that company because they're probably not right. One, they're not writing any new business, or there are other carriers out there that have been stagnant with rate. So,
and there are definitely more DIC carriers coming into the market. E&S, EIC carriers are definitely coming in. So there is competition in that space. That's what's keeping those rates down.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, there we go. Next slide.
Know your policy type. I feel like that's just a continual thing, and it's mainly just because there's the movement of carriers that are coming into the market are non-admitted carriers. They are excess and surplus lines. Breaking that down in a nutshell is that they are not your typical Farmers and State Farms and Allstates and Mercuries, like the ones that they are carriers that have been around for 10, 20, 30 years, and they're backed by several reinsurance companies, or they're backed by other millions and billions of dollars, but they just haven't been in the California space because the Farmers and State Farms and everyone that has been here, Travelers, Hartfords. So definitely ask your agent when these new carriers are coming in if it's an admitted or a non-admitted company, just to give you that safety and security if who you're going to be signed up with or who they are. And then also ask them what their financial rating is, how long they've been in the market, where else are they writing insurance at the moment. Because that's huge to know. If
Hey, we had Phil Irwin on. I don't know if he's still on, but hey, Phil.
Phil?
Yeah.
What? Did he just hop in here? We should just get him on.
I missed the message. He messaged on Facebook.
Oh man, we missed Phil.
Yeah. Phil is an amazing resource. He did me a huge favor earlier this week. I had a California Fair Plan application that was stuck, and it needed to be what's the word for when it doesn't get auto approved?
Referred.
Referred.
Yeah.
And Phil is a good liaison with the Fair Plan, and he got it escalated for me, and it turned in like 20 minutes, and I got it approved, and we bound the policy. So thank you, Phil.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of viewers, and then they dropped off. So, but to your point on the E&S, another very, very smart, well experienced agent mentioned it this way: we're going to find you, all of us agents are going to find you the best rate we can this year, and at renewal we'll see what it looks like, and we'll shop you again if we need be, because the E&S market shifts very quickly. I've had E&S carriers increase rates 75, 90, 100 something %, and we've shopped clients and moved them to other policies. So what we're doing is actively searching for the right policy at the right time. There's no regulation like an admitted carrier where you're not going to see the rates go up those numbers, right? So E&S is here. It's just understanding what they're for and how we manage them for you.
And here's the other thing that I've kind of told clients is, because I am writing them with E&S carriers, if we get word that there's hurricanes in Florida, or wildfires in Texas or other states, or we just look and see that they're being financially downgraded, we have an option, the Fair Plan. It's there, not to be used and really heavily regarded, but if we see that there's a trouble with this one carrier, we can just move it off. A lot of people were stagnant and thinking, I'm with my insurance company for a full year, I can't move it, I can't take it away or go shop someone else until that renewal date. That is not the case. You can move your homeowner's insurance at any time. So if you see that there's a problem with it, reach out to an agent and go somewhere else. Don't wait until that date or feel like you're bound to those terms.
I'll add a caveat to that statement.
Yeah, please do, because I know exactly what you're talking about.
If it's E&S, the majority of these E&S carriers have a 25% earned premium. So exactly. What that means is when you sign up with them, you're saying, hey, I'm going to stay with you for 3 months. Or if I leave early, I'm going to forfeit some of that premium I've already paid.
Right.
So I would encourage shopping as the market changes. I mean, we know, even Ryan and I have a new carrier that started on September 1st. It's been very competitive. and we've been shopping our clients there. It's been successful, really successful for me in Auburn. But that's exactly to the point with Ryan. If you have a policy, you've been on it for 3 months, it's an E&S carrier, and you want to look around, there are carriers entering the market. They're E&S carriers. And, the funny thing about E&S carriers, and we have this conversation a lot, is they come in hot and heavy with great rates, and then they realize that they're underpricing the market.
Yeah.
And so the new policies they write after the first, 2-3 months, they've adjusted. So the rates are higher or less of a win. But for those that get in earlier, there's some significant savings, right? So it's good to be constantly scanning the market and looking for other carrier opportunities.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for bringing that up, because that is huge. And that's, the other thing, that chatting with an agent that's knowledgeable about the excess and surplus line market, they're going to know. But it does say, I think on all quotes and even policies, it does stipulate, it's called a minimum earned premium. And it'll stipulate what that percentage amount is. So definitely look for that whenever you do get your policy documents, so that way you can see, because they do stipulate it out. Oh man, what a day. 30 minutes, we did it. Oh, I muted you on accident. I'm sorry. I wasted your good voice. Was anything else come up with you? I know we've been off for a couple weeks.
It's been busy, and it doesn't slow down for some reason. I don't know what your experience has been, but for the last 3 or 4 years, the end of the year, end of this month, like the next 2 weeks are going to be busy. It never slows down. I think it's due to people not being at work. They're taking days off. They want to address some things, clear up some household issues. We have seen it in our agency. It just gets busier and busier. More people want to take a look. That thing you brought up, and let me see if I can find it real quick. Bear with me just 1 second. Another good point. I've got to find it. Just one moment. You sent me a link earlier today about fires happening during the winter time, and I'm going to find that. So you could speak to it. Let me find it, but you could talk to it.
Oh yeah, Cal Fire. They just put out a quick little post. I can try and bring it in too if you want. But Cal Fire just brought in a post, and they were talking about how it is the holiday season and fires still happen. I think honestly, up here in Nevada County in the past 2 weeks, there's been at least 4 chimney fires, because new people are either new in the home or they forgot to clean out their flue. So fires still happen regardless of it being a wildfire and structure fire. So they wanted to let you know that there's nearly 47,000 homes from December to January that have injuries and deaths. So I guess just like the main thing is make safety your greatest gift. So never leave candles unattended. I've actually had a claim recently that got started by a candle. Keep trees and decorations at least 3 feet from heat sources. Open flame. Inspect your lights and your cords, and turn off all of your decorations before leaving the home or going to sleep. I'm actually guilty of that. I leave my tree lit at nighttime. Yeah.
I can't. I'm paranoid. And then another good tip for that, if you've got stuff plugged in that doesn't typically plug in, or extension cords, etc.
Yeah.
If you smell burning, you're going to check, right? But what a lot of people don't know is if you smell fish, then you never really think it's the electrical. And I've seen more than a few articles now that people smelled fish and it was actually their electrical wires or whatever.
Wow.
Something about the oil or whatever in the plastic gives off that smell. So just something to think of. Anyone thinks if you smell smoke, you're going to check it out. But if you smell fish and you don't expect to smell fish, maybe go check your electrical outlets.
Yeah, that's a great tip. See, you learn something new every day. I never knew that. And stay alert while cooking because something can flare up, kitchen fire. Obviously it's like not deep frying a turkey or anything, but yeah, just be kind of vigilant with your thing because just because it's raining outside, cold outside, doesn't mean that your house can't burn down. So
you can even get this. This is awesome, and I've considered giving these out to clients, but you've never seen it. It's like $8 to get a blanket. You can go to Home Depot or anywhere else. That doesn't matter what the fire is, but you can throw it over and it will smother the fire.
Wow.
Yeah, something to keep by the stove.
Is it? I mean, multiple uses, right? It's not just one and done.
Oh, I would assume so. I don't know. I just know that it works.
Yeah.
So not water or anything else, but you definitely could do that.
Yeah, and check your fire hydrants.
If you don't have a fire extinguisher.
Fire extinguisher, yeah.
Fire extinguisher.
Mm-hmm.
I know too many friends that don't have it or didn't have it. You want to go over these last 3 points?
Scam alert. Ignoring DMs offering guaranteed cheap coverage with urgency. Verify the license, never wire money. Have you had that happen?
No, but I would add that in the bucket of if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Yeah.
If your coverage and your quote is, well, not the coverage, but if you see a quote for your home and it's significantly cheaper, double check it, do an apples to apples comparison, make sure that you're looking at the same deductible, same or similar coverages. There's a bunch of gotchas, right?
Well, or even knowing, because a lot of agents, and I think that's why they had them sign that difference in conditions policy or acknowledgement form, was because people were selling those cheap policies that didn't include fire coverage. So, know exactly what it is. And, if you just want to run it by me or Chris, send it to us. We'll look it over and say, yeah, this is a great quote, or this is great coverage, So yeah, call a broker, call to action. Markets are opening, they close fast. So yeah, these new carriers, get on with them while they can, because I feel like if it continues to be dry like this and we have a wildfire pop up, which would be horrible. But if it were to happen, I can see these carriers tightening up and closing up shop.
Oh yeah.
Trying to wait until the damage is assessed.
I can't wait to use my new system. I know you and I talked briefly about it, but the next carrier that comes in that's eager for business, I'm going to be using my new tool to blast out to certain zip codes. So if you're on my contact list, and I'm not trying to sell on this, I just want to give an opportunity for people to sign up. But if you're in my contact list and I find a carrier that's now writing in your area, my system now, I can send out a message to anyone via text in that zip code and say, hey, we've got a new carrier. If you're interested, we're happy to shop you. What we plan on doing in 2026 is anytime there's a fire or large wildfire or any big weather event, flood, wind, snow, we can send out text messages now in less than 5 minutes to any of the affected people in that zip code. So we've got that for our clients and for our prospects. So if you're on our list, we definitely are going to be communicating more in real time to our people.
Yeah, man, that's huge. I want to be a
client. I'm going to do it too.
Will you sell me a policy? Will you sell me a policy so I can be your client?
You're going to do this too. I know your agency is going to do it. It's just a matter of time.
Well, that's huge. I mean, because between what was there last year, obviously the fires, the lightning storms, new carriers are huge because it's hard to, I can't call 1,000 clients and say, hey, I got a new carrier. Do you want a quote? Like, that's awesome, Chris.
Yeah. So, I mean, that it just builds on all the things that we're doing to serve our clients. So,
Mhm.
again, not trying to sell, just something about being real time in what's happening is going to be an advantage definitely to people.
Yeah. Loving it. Well, thanks for hopping on late. Better late than never. Is that how the saying goes?
Yeah, we made it happen. I'm going to go take some cough medicine now and try and rest.
Some soup.
Maybe later. I can't
Maybe
eat right
later.
now.
I don't know if we're gonna do next week. I mean, it's Christmas.
We're not, I thought. Next
So
week's the
we may
Christmas.
sign off for another couple weeks. Maybe
Yeah,
come
hold
back.
on. 1 second. Next week's Christmas. We're not doing it on Christmas. And then the week after that is New Year's. We're not doing it on New Year's. So we will be back on January 8th, I think.
If there's late breaking news that we need to bring out to you during the next week, we'll definitely let you know. But we appreciate everyone watching. House calls kind of going off, and we'd love to try and bring it out to more masses and fine tune it for you guys. So
Yeah, we want to be the resource for you.
yeah. All right,
Cool.
man. Merry
Sounds
Christmas,
like-
Happy New Year. Melikilikimaka.
You gonna end the stream?